for waiting actually. So today I would like to give a kind of the really brief introduction about Peiyang Future Scholarship, but however I don't want to give like a very detailed explanation about the scholarship because overall that the scholarship application, the scholarship requirements are almost similar with the previous scholarships that Timothy and Kezia explained in the beginning of the presentations. So therefore in these presentations, maybe about 10 minutes presentation, I only want to try to highlight what is the several documents that we need to be highlighted. Especially to make it much attractive and give much consideration for the committee to select our application. And at the same time here, at the end of the presentation here, I also want to try to share a very short experience about my study in China. So here actually, I would like to give a very brief introduction that I am Hadi and I graduated from Brawijaya University, Malang in 2016, and then I continue my study in China for my master degree, and I applying for the Chinese government scholarship. I don't need to explain what is the Chinese government scholarship application. Timothy and Kezia already explained in very detail on this scholarship. So maybe we can give like a very interactive Q&A at the end. And the last one here, after I graduate from China in 2020, then I continue for my study for my master in Tianjin University, especially in the School of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology by Peiyang Future Scholarship. So this scholarship, I would like to give a very brief explanation on it. So what is the Peiyang Future Scholarship? So the Peiyang Future Scholarship is actually, this is the scholarship that only given to the PhD student. Overall, that this scholarship is similar with the Chinese government scholarship, including the tuition fee, including the living allowance, and however there's a kind of only a bit difference on this. So when we are talking about this scholarship, actually what are the requirements that we need to provide when we are going to apply for this scholarship? So I'm thinking that's the most materials, the most documents that we need to prepare for this scholarship is much similar with another scholarship, just like we need to provide our degree, something, and then I'm thinking that I don't need to explain that in much detail on that. But however, in this scholarship, actually, there are several things or the several documents that we need to much pay attention on the documents. So what are? So I'm thinking the first one, when we have intention or we have planned to continue our study, so I'm thinking that we should know what we want to try to learn, especially for PhD studies. So means what is your direction when you are master? What is your major when you are a master? So I'm thinking from that major actually will initiate you to have or to figure out what you want to study for your PhD. So the first, even though that's the acceptance letter from the supervisor is not required, but I'm thinking it's also the best way for us actually to find the professor reference. I mean that the reference of the professor in the schools that we want to apply. For example, in case of me, I want to continue at that time. I want to continue for School of Pharmaceutical Science. So at that time, I tried to find the professor, the reference of the professor in the School of Pharmaceutical Science. What are their research direction? What are their focus of the study? So at that time, after I found that, the faculty members or the professor that I want, then I'm trying to send him an email to that. So it's depend on what is the school or what is the major that you want to apply for your PhD. So maybe it's different school. And then after that, if the professor actually approve that to accept you as the student, so he will give you an acceptance letter, which this acceptance letters letter has been provided by the international students. The format, everything they provided, so you just send it to him. So this is not required documents, but I'm thinking it's one of the supporting documents that can highlight your application. And the next is related with the research plans. When talking about the research plan for PhD student is really important. Why? Research plans are actually just like this is about our statements that what we are going to do. So some things that we need to really pay attention for the research plan here. That's in the letters should be containing that the very brief introduction, the very brief research direction, what is our experience in research, and then after that, what is the interesting research that you are going to conduct. So it should be clearly written in the research plan. So this research plan is one of the another documents that actually the committee or the reviewer will pay more attention, especially for the PhD applicants. And the next is resume. So means that this is also really important because just like the style of your resumes there is that like all the information has been delivered or not. So you should try to give it this explanation. And I'm thinking the last is just like at the same times, I'm thinking that if you have like another supporting documents, for example, for you have publication, you have another certificate for competition, so that you also can supplement it in your application. So I'm thinking that's only some documents that you need to be highlighted in your application, especially for you, for PhD applicant. For another document, I'm thinking I don't need to explain again because it has been clearly explained by previous presenters. So then next, actually, why I'm studying in China here, I'm thinking it's what is the motivation for me, why I still continue my study in China. So I'm thinking that it's not only talking about for the scholarships, but actually study in China is also talking about learning a new cultures for us. For example, I am as Indonesian, so I will learn a lot of cultures, and then I will get a kind of the new friends and family. I'm thinking that also could be attracted for me, why I continue for my study in China. And based on my experience that study in China, especially talking about the friends, I'm thinking the Chinese people are much more friendly. So they always help us in every single troubles that we make. So I'm thinking it's one of very high motivation for me to continue my study again for my PhD in China. So there are several international the exchange culture is not only for the China but also for other international students, and then how we can try to improve this relation or this connection, and it was really amazing. So I'm thinking that's for my presentations today. So if there is just like a very detailed question, so we can continue for the Q&A section. Thank you. And then next I back to the Kezia or Timothy.
To share your experience and the Peiyang Future Scholarship. And for others audience who want to ask the Timothy or me or Kahadi, you can directly open your mic, or maybe you can write your questions in the chat room.
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much, Kahadi, for your good sharing to us for your experience. So everyone, you see that Kahadi has showed and shared to us his experience. International students have a lot of experience, culture, not only academic side. It is mandatory for your first priority is academic, but you need to enjoy, right, your environment in China. And you see from Tianjin University that they give a lot of experience for international students, makes you very happy and comfortable there, right? So you don't need to worry about how international students be treated in Tianjin University. And yeah, that's for the one that asking about acceptance letter. It is actually not mandatory, but if you want to have professor supervisor to support you, you can contact the professor from the list that is available in the website, and then you request the professor to help you fill in the template, and then you can upload it to TJO portal. So that is if apply to the question from Atik, and then to Suli, and to other students that are wondering about the acceptance letter. It is not mandatory, but it can support you, and you can upload it as well. Okay. And we have another question, maybe.
I also already applied for basic engineering. Already applied for basic software engineering. Have a CSS scholarship. Okay, it's already from Ethic already answered by our teacher in Tianjin University. Yes, it has acceptance letters. It's not a requirement. And
yeah, next is for the student experience resume, you can fill in the form starting from your high school studies. Yeah, so you do not need to include your middle school, primary school, or kindergarten, just from high school, and then bachelor, and then upwards.
Okay. I think, wait, maybe I will ask. I don't have any experience. I have applied to say course major. Yes. From Isita Aisha already answered by Timothy in chat room, and acceptance letter. Is there any major company, any arts major? Okay. Is there Sharon? It can apply doctoral is you should apply should I contact possibility mission. Okay. I will answer for ADIU S2T. I intend to apply for doctoral program in urban and rural planning. What should I do when apply in PhD in TJU? Should I contact prospective supervisor first or directly to university admission? For the okay, for this is what should I do? First apply to PhD in TJU. So first you need to, I think you need to contact the department, the supervisor there, the professor, that you need to acceptance letter like that. And then after that, when you have any, and then after that you got already all the documents, you can upload documents in our website in ISSS system. So after already done and you have any problem in when you apply, you can contact the university admission. Okay, for is there any arts major in TJU for bachelor degree?
Yeah, so for arts major, there is a lot of arts major in Tianjin University for bachelor. So from law, from education, from management and economics, like business administration, finance, and then the Chinese language. So if for Sharon question, is there any major? I think Sharon, do you have contact that we can say to you, because we need to verify the major list. So if you're looking for fine arts, animation, or environmental design, we can contact you more. I mean, I think you can contact us, maybe Kak Kezia or me. We can put our contacts in the chat, so you can contact my WeChat here. So yeah, so there's a lot of major lists in Tianjin University. There are 63 for bachelor programs, master and PhD. There are lots of it, so we need to verify it one by one. Yeah.
Okay. This is from Jonathan. When to start to applying? Which scholarship you want to apply? Which one? Because they have a different. Can you describe it more? Or
yeah,
maybe you can contact me private or like
yeah.
that.
So for 2022, you can basically start applying now, but for the deadline, there varies. So for bachelor, mainly at 15 June, but I recommend you to apply faster. For CGS type B, maybe in April. For Tianjin government in 15 May, and other scholarship. But you can start apply now for whatever application that you want to apply. For example, foundation program, undergraduate, master, and doctoral, you can start apply now because early application is recommended for you. Right now, if I have to say, Tianjin University already start their interview period. So if you upload your application now, there will be maybe faster result and you can have your interview. And yeah, and for, okay, it's okay to start apply now. I currently at grade 11. No, you should start applying in grade 12. I think you're from Indonesia. So from your 6th semester, you can start applying, or from your 5th semester, because Tianjin University applications start at October 15 this year. Maybe for the next year you want to apply, it is possible. So basically, if you're right now grade 11, please prepare your documents, especially for undergraduates. If prepare everything, you can ask me or ask Kak Kezia. We have make our chat contacts there, and you can ask us like what documents you need to prepare. So if you're grade 11, you can start applying next year in grade 12. Yeah, so you can prepare for that. As it is because the same for even for foundation and undergraduate, it requires your diploma of high school diploma. Yeah, so you cannot have that in grade 11. So I recommend you to apply next year and ask us for lots of details of requirements documents. Yeah, this is for Jonathan, the answers.
Any other questions? Maybe until we wait the speaker.
Let's continue the question. And of course, for Miss Veronica, greetings from Liberia. I have actually known some student ambassador there, but of course, for your question, basically as a recommendation, we as an ambassador do not have the capacity to say something that could have the effect to the policy, because Tianjin University has their own policy, Chinese government has their own policy. So for us ambassador, we encourage you to forward your application. Tianjin University will forward your will consider all your application, right? So you do not have to worry about the admission chances. The university committee, teachers, professors who look at your application will evaluate you accordingly, fairly, and they will have their own policy that has been set for international students. Yeah, so that's what we can say. And yeah, the university will work 24 hours to evaluate your application. Yeah, do not worry about quotas or anything. They will evaluate according to your merit. So that's why I said, upload your documents, your grades, your research plan, make it very good. Kahadi has shared the recommendation of how to prepare it accordingly. You have to prepare it, and then maybe you have video introduction. That's what makes you stand out in Tianjin University admissions. Yeah, so do not worry about anything else. Just upload your applications. Yeah, thank you so much for your recommendations. And of course, we are gladly here accompanied by our representative from Tianjin University. 您好, Leo 老师.
Yeah.
Okay, so we welcome again another question if you have. We are ambassadors from bachelor, master, and PhD. You can ask anything.
Because we will end this webinar until exactly 12 in Jakarta times. It's almost 4 minutes more. Maybe you can ask some question, or maybe you can contact directly maybe to me or Timothy, or maybe if you and also for the documents, I forgot documents, I will give the certificate for this, also the material. So make sure you put all your name there, your full name, also your email. So I will give the private email to you who attend this webinar.
Yeah, so you can download everyone the free materials, fill in the Google form. There will be links for you to download the free materials. And if you want to keep update of our webinars, we have share our contacts. And if you don't have any question, maybe it is the final moments for us. Maybe we can start one by one, we can share motivations and encouragement for students to apply to Tianjin University. So maybe start from me first, as the youngest around here. So everyone, I recommend you to apply to Tianjin University. So what majors that you want to apply? They are all top majors, first class discipline, and have international accreditation. So the education, academics, environment, industry, all of it are supported very much with Tianjin University. And should you have any question, we are all ambassadors are ready to help you. And yeah, we welcome you to Tianjin University for your next step of further education. Okay, I give it to Kak Kezia.
Okay, guys who want to apply to University, and we need to well prepare. I mean, your documents, and make sure your documents is already complete. Don't need like, oh, I forgot like the study plan or others document. You make sure. Maybe you can, for me, maybe you can prepare for 6 months there. Also, that you have to. I mean that you have to have a really good spirit to apply, and then maybe now you are maybe you still in high school student, and you can prepare your score there. And also for who still want to apply like master or PhD, you can make your score is a good, like maybe 70 or 80. We will you can apply like that. And we welcome the new student who want to Tianjin University. And okay, I just give the never give up to apply scholarship here. Okay, I will give the speakers for PhD student to
Okay, it's only very short statement from me, just like before, if you are interested to apply for Tianjin University to continue your study, though in undergraduate, master or PhD students, please double check your applications. I'm thinking that we still have like plenty times to really make sure for our application, avoid a single mistake that you made in your application, so it will improve your chance to be accepted in Tianjin University, especially for the scholarship. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Kak Hadi. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this webinar. So we have left to you our materials link and our contacts. This meeting is recorded, so please check out our YouTube, Timothy Joseph Butagal and Kezia Murli. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your participations. We hope that will give you a lot of information. And don't forget, we have our future webinars as well. So if you do not want to miss that, please follow our social media. We will give every information there. And our social media is free and open for you to contact us all.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, Timothy. And thank you, Hadi, to be my guest in here. And thank you so much for your time for these 2 hours. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, everyone. You can leave now, and we hope for your best and future endeavors to apply to Tianjin University.
Yes, it is.